Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of June 7th, 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Taurus, keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week reading is intended to be a message to you from source, something that they want you to consider so you can make a decision that is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Taurus collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for the Taurus collective for the week of June 7th, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, the Queen of Wands. What are you passionate about and ready to create? At the bottom of the deck, we have Wheel of Fortune. What changes are entering your life and how are they a part of your destiny? Okay. Tell me why the Queen of Wands here is the tarot card of the week for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What are you passionate about and what are you ready to create, Taurus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Knight of Swords. We have Justice. And we have the Page of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups. Okay, let's begin to clarify. Clarify that Knight of Swords for Taurus, please. Why is it Knight of Swords here for Taurus? One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Swords is clarified by Five of Swords, the Lovers, and the Devil. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Wands. Let me get a couple more clarifiers on this, Taurus. Clarify the Justice card here. Clarify the Justice card. One more shuffle. Thank you. Justice is clarified by Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the High Priestess, and the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here for Taurus? Okay. Thank you. We'll take the Fool card. It did show itself face up. This card is face down. We'll take a look. We'll put it back in the deck. We have the Magician in the reverse. I put it back right side up. Clarify the Page of Swords here for Taurus. We have the Fool card. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Fool card, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. Okay. Taurus, I feel like you have been in a cycle or a chapter with someone who is quite manipulative to you. Why do I say that? Because the Devil to the Five of Swords is typically indicative of someone here who has a way with words, especially with that Knight of Swords. This is someone who verbally manipulates you. They can gaslight you, alter your reality. And smack in the middle of that is the Lover's card. So I think for a lot of you, there's some kind of triangulation here happening. It could mean that there's a triangulation happening in a romantic partnership. There's you, your person, and another person involved. This could be triangulation within a group context, like family or friends, where again, you're talking to someone about an issue you have with someone else, and they're going back and telling that person, like, you know, you think you're confiding in someone, but they're not. They're triangulating you, or they're using the words that you're confiding in them to like use it against you in the future. There's something really manipulative here happening. If this is at the work front, this is a coworker or an employee or something like that, for those of you who are business owners, where you feel like you can confide in them and you can trust in them. And meanwhile, they're yesing you to your face and they're going along with everything that you're saying, but they're either going back to a higher up or a supervisor to disclose what you are saying about the company, the products, the service, the customers, the vendors, something like that. Or they're using it to their benefit. So it's not only that they're gossiping about you and repeating what you're saying to the higher up, but they're using it to put themselves in an advantage point. Like, look, I'm better than Taurus. I mean, this is what Taurus is saying about you, but that's not how I feel about you. Same thing if it's a friend or a family member. I just feel like you are trusting someone here. I think you've done this over and over again with this individual, and there's definitely triangulation here at play. And the reason why this person is able to get away with this triangulation is because of the way they verbally manipulate you. I don't particularly think you see the gaslighting that is occurring here or the manipulation, or it's possible that you just don't want to see the gaslighting and manipulation that's happening here. However, your tarot card of the week is the Queen of Wands. What are you passionate about and ready to create? I think it's change. I feel like I have a group of you here where you're looking at this situation, right? This scenario, if you will, or this relationship, and you're saying, this is not just fair or balanced. This is not right that this person continues to step out on their connection with me. This is not fair that I am trusting this person with my deepest, darkest secrets and they're going back and telling other friends. This is not fair that this family member triangulates me and compares me. Have you ever seen anything like that or experienced something like that where you have an elder or someone you look up to in the family and they give you those backhanded compliments that kind of put you in competition with your cousins or your siblings, something like that? Like, all of your cousins graduated high school or all, you know what I mean? And like you didn't. That's basically what they're saying. So there's triangulation here occurring and you're recognizing it, but you're keeping it to yourself. The High Priestess here is clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. The High Priestess tells me you know this, you know that this is occurring. There's an action that you want to take to distance yourself from this person, place, or thing. Find another job, stop talking to this person, maybe break up with this romantic partner if that's what's occurring here. But I feel like you're keeping it to yourself. You're also keeping it to yourself that this situation is, I heard untenable. Untenable. This situation is not fair. This situation is not balanced. But again, I feel like you're keeping it to yourself. And that Three of Cups, I feel like you're going along to get along right now. Near future, we have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Fool, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. I think you have been holding yourself back from freeing yourself from this situation, environment, or connection. And I almost feel like you're trying to find proof that this is actually happening. I have a Taurus collective here that intuitively, this is occurring, but your logical mind is saying, but I need proof. I need proof that the company is doing this, or I need proof that the vendor is doing this. I need proof that my coworker or employee is doing this. I need proof my romantic partner is doing this, or the friend or the family member. However, you have a potential here, or more than a potential, a possibility to move in another direction here with this Wheel of Fortune. But it will require you to be passionate enough to get yourself out of this situation, to take a step towards a new. So you don't like the job, doesn't mean you don't have to quit, but you do have to put some fire in your belly and make it your second job to find another job. Something like that is occurring. And for those of you who are, it's possible it's a marital partner. I don't really see that on the table, but certainly can be with that Lovers to the Justice card. I mean, if this is your person triangulating you, you already know that it is occurring, but there's a party that's like, but I need to see proof. You have the opportunity here to go in another direction. But again, it's going to require you to get that fire in your belly, not, to get the proof that you need but to trust your intuition that this is occurring. Let's get you some advice here, Taurus. But yeah, right now I feel like I have tapped into a group of you where you're Three of Cups, going along to get along. Your intuition is screaming at you that this is occurring and it's time for you to move forward and move on. I do believe that you want to, but there's something here, but I need tangible proof. And so you are resisting or holding yourself back from making any changes to disrupt the status quo. I guess your tarot card of the week here is asking you, how badly do you want the situation to change? Because the only way it changes is by you removing yourself from it. Let's get you 3 cards of healing advice here for the Taurus collective. Healing advice to help them with this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice for the week. King of Cups, the Death card, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. There's something here about you being very much in control of your emotions, being very emotionally balanced, and making a decision to end this once and for all. This is only your advice. It doesn't mean that you have to end it this week, but your advice here is to make a decision from a, again, emotionally balanced place that acknowledge to yourself that even without the facts, I can trust my intuition enough to recognize that this is unhealthy and that the only way that this will change is if I, in the Chariot, move on from it. Again, you don't have to move on from it this week, but your advice here is to utilize your intuition to realize that this does need to come to an end. And the only way it changes is by you extracting yourself from it. The King of Cups is the most intuitive king in tarot. So this is telling you, Taurus, in terms of advice, you don't need the facts. Your intuition is already telling you what they are. That is what I have for you, Taurus, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.